Vice President and furniture enthusiast J.D. Vance just landed himself on the wrong side of Donald Trump as the MAGA civil war further intensifies. Have that popcorn at the ready, folks. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Recent weeks have seen schisms begin to buckle within the Republican Party over healthcare subsidies, the Epstein files, and the recent election losses for Republicans. For more on those individual stories, see our other videos here on the channel. At the moment, we turn to the subject of immigration, where the growing rift has spread. Over the weekend, Donald Trump did his best to quell rumors of a declining cognitive ability with Fox News anchor Laura Ingraham, the sea biscuit of the network. And if you don't know what I mean, use your imagination and Wikipedia. Back to the matter at hand. When Ingraham pushed Trump on the subject of H-1B visas, that is, the visas that are granted to highly skilled foreign workers to come to the United States to work for our companies, Trump had a surprising answer.
If you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put you.
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
I'll give
you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. It's very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this.
And if you think that answer was ironic, especially for a president who has overseen mass deportations, concentration camps, and ICE becoming the equivalent of imperial stormtroopers, well, stick around. It gets even weirder. For the record, Trump is correct there. Part of the reason the United States has maintained such economic and technological dominance is because we host the best minds from all over the world. Or we did, until Trump's immigration policy and persecution of colleges and universities triggered a massive brain drain. Racist Care Bear J.D. Vance, however, feels differently. Speaking at a Turning Point USA rally late last month, here's what Vance had to say.
Now, look, legal immigration is complicated because we let in about 1 million legal immigrants into the United States of America every single year, and I think the evidence is pretty clear that a lot of those immigrants are actually undercutting the wages of American workers. It's one of the reasons why the President of the United States and a lot of us in the administration have encouraged H-1B reform, because if you look at the H-1B visa, what it's supposed to be is that you have a super genius who's studying at an American university, who's working at a great company. You want that super genius to stay in the United States of America and not go somewhere else. What it's actually used to do is hire an accountant at a 50% discount to an American citizen. I don't think that we should be hiring accountants from foreign countries when we've got accountants right here in the United States that would love to work for a good wage.
So what do you think? Has Vance's brown-nosing behind changed his mind subsequent to Trump's remarks? He does have a tendency to do that. For further proof, look no further than our videos about Vance's presidential ambitions. At the time of this report, Vance appears to stand by his earlier words. And that, according to analysts, signals that the MAGA civil war is only beginning. The Wall Street Journal editorial board has released a new op-ed slamming Vance's position as fallacy. The Raw story condenses that editorial to focus on one key element: Vance's remarks about accountants that we showed you earlier. The board writes, quote, "On wages, Mr. Vance is repeating the lump of labor fallacy that American and foreign workers compete for a limited number of jobs. Studies have generally found that immigration raises the average wages and employment of native-born workers, in part because their work is complementary. Economists from the University of California, Davis last year calculated that immigrants increased wages for less educated native workers by 1.7% to 2.6% between 2000 and 2019. For all of his campaigning against illegal immigration, Mr. Trump understands that America needs the world's strivers to continue to prosper. Perhaps he can make that case to his young apprentice." Before I proceed, I just need to take a moment to point out the obtuse Star Wars reference there. referring to Vance as my young apprentice, the same way Darth Sidious referred to Darth Vader. My young apprentice. I just think that's fun. And all too appropriate. Vance wishes he could command a crowd, or for that matter, the MAGA movement, as well as Trump does. But, as the Journal editorial board points out, Vance is better at rehashing discredited talking points than he is actually inspiring the most vile impulses of a crowd. MAGA voters may be intelligent or they may be dumb. I'll leave that to you to decide, but intuitively they know Vance is disingenuous. And as much as he tries to blow the xenophobic and racially charged dog whistle there, he doesn't quite do it. Thus, the war for succession continues, as does the cracking up of the MAGA coalition. Remember to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on this and all other breaking news in American politics. I'm David Reddish.